Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thanks so much for joining me here at the WITN First Alert Desk at 8 a.m. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I know Saturday was really nice. You were able to get outside with maybe like a light sweater. It was nice to see those 60-degree temperatures again, or nearly 60s, 50s. Still felt really great out there. But of course, yesterday, that burst of cold air came through, and even some spots, Hyde County got a burst of snow in their area. So it was really interesting to see those photos yesterday. But today, the big story of the day is the frigid temperatures out there. Jim's going to talk a little bit about what we're feeling and how the next few days are going to look. Good news in sight. We do have a warm up coming our way, but obviously today we do have to deal with those cold temperatures. So before we get into the rest of Jim's forecast, before he comes this way, we do have a story about a woman from Plymouth who just recently bought a home in Plymouth, who got her water bill and was shocked to see the price that was on that water bill, over $6,000 in charges. And they were trying to figure out why that was the case, and they figured out that a well in her home was connected to some other things, that a leak that ended up costing her thousands of dollars. So we have her story, as well as how the county, Washington County, was able to help her out in some way, just to kind of relieve a little bit of those costs. What was supposed to be a new home quickly turned into a disaster for Plymouth resident Delia Leary.
When I first moved in, I noticed a little blue object in the closet.
An object that turned out to be a well. What Leary didn't know is that it would cost her thousands of dollars.
The water department kept coming out saying, "You got a leak, you got a leak, you got a leak." I said, "Nothing is running and nothing is running."
According to the county, a connection failure in Leary's plumbing between the public water system and the private well developed into a larger leak that racked up a bill of $6,000 within only a few short months.
We understand that this is an extremely large bill and take it very seriously, and are looking at everything we can possibly do under the parameters of the ordinance that we have to follow.
Leary says she had no idea the well was connected to her water system or that any water was being used.
Nobody explained to me about the well. I didn't know what it was because I'm not used to no well in the closet. I'm used to a well in the yard.
She says several workers from the water department came to her home, as well as plumbers, to try and decipher the problem. By the time they figured it out, it was too late. She already had the bill.
It's a lot. It only stressed me out. It stressed my kids out too, because they're not knowing whether we're going to have water Monday because the bill is due. That's a lot of money to come up with.
The county was able to authorize a 50% abatement, reducing the payment to just over $3,700, and place Leary on a payment plan. But County Manager Curtis Potter says that's all they're legally able to do. I'm sure everyone would be freaked out when they open their bill and all of a sudden you see $6,000 in charges.
Especially when you've had several experts out to the property to try and figure out what's going on, and nobody can figure it out.
Gosh.
I don't know how you can put that all on the homeowner. I would be comfortable paying maybe 10% of that bill.
Yeah.
But man,
wow.
Oh man. And my neighbor's house, he had water ponding in his yard once. It's a couple of years ago. And we took a look at the water meter. There's a meter gauge that shows how much water is moving through near the water gauge at the front of the house. And you could see that thing turning. No water's on in the house, so it was obvious problem. We dug up his yard and found a leak in the line in there. But fortunately, we found that quickly.
Yeah.
$6,000 bill. I don't know who can handle that kind of a water bill.
Wow. It's just, because especially she was saying that over like several months, this water, I guess, was just leaking, and therefore it turned into this bill for her.
And she did everything she could do to try and solve the problem.
Right.
So I don't know. Hopefully they can find another way to help her more with that bill, because that'll spoil her Christmas in a hurry.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, this is the worst time of the year to be getting something like that.
Yep. All right.
Well, let's speak of some other not so great news. The cold temperatures out there.
Yeah. For the really cold weather lovers, today's your day. Coldest day of the year so far, with wind chill values. The lowest number I've seen all morning was a 4. That was in Elizabeth City, but New Bern, you bottomed down at 5 on a wind chill back at around 6 a.m. this morning. We'll dig into what we've got right now. Let's go to Washington. We'll give you a live look out on the waterfront. That air temp, 18, with the wind chill occasionally dipping to 10 still. Blue sky, boy, it looks pretty. 20 feels like 7 down on the coast. 20 on the thermometer, again, subtract about 10 for those wind chill values, even more than that on the coast. And that 14 is gusting 25 occasionally out there. Washington, I got you guys in there twice. Greenville at 19, wind chill value 13. We'll give you a look at the airport this morning. And again, it looks pretty, doesn't it? Yeah, but it's bitter cold out there. 19 in Grifton with a feels like value of 10. I'm pulling that temp, by the way, again, from Kinston, just down the road. Wanted to show you this one more time. This was snow yesterday. This is the third, I believe, the third time we've had snowflakes in eastern Carolina, and it's not even winter yet. That snow on the map there in Hyde County, portions of Terrell County, Washington County, about ½ inch to 1 inch of snow. That was yesterday evening, and then gone off the coast by midnight. We're left with a quiet map. Clear skies, cold temps. You can see the clouds still hugging the beaches out there. As the cold air moves over the relatively warmer waters offshore, that water vapor coming off the ocean condenses into those clouds off the coast, the dry air inland. Now, let me go back. I want to pull those temperatures back up. So it's 14 in Windsor right now. Look at all the teens on that map. Widespread teens. Here we are a good hour after sunrise, and the thermometer has moved very little. It's going to be a slow process warming the air out there. High mark is Hatteras at 24. That 14 looks like my low mark in Windsor right now. Maybe 18 on average. Wind 10-ish on average, with gusts still hitting 25 on the coast. And again, wind chill values as cold as we've seen so far this season. 7, 8 on the feels like temp. The wind chill values generally around 10 maybe, up from an 8 an hour ago. So it's cold. I mean, it's bitter cold out there. Bundle up as you head out. Kids headed out to the bus stops. I think most of the kids probably to school by now, but you're still catching the bus. Cover any exposed skin. Be safe and smart out there. All right, cold weather advisory up till 10 a.m. this morning. We don't exactly jump later. I think mid-30s will do us this afternoon. Blue skies, but just bitter cold air out there. We warm to near 50 tomorrow. Trying to get you to a 60. Where'd you go, Ite? 60 on Wednesday, and I think by the time we get towards Thursday, we'll be pushing mid-60s out there. You can see those rain chances Thursday night. I'm going to have to come back to that later, Gigi. Will come back up on us. Thursday night, next rain chance, maybe a 1/4 inch in there. That overnight timing Thursday on the rain, that may shift a little bit one way or the other.
Okay.
But generally looks like overnight. And that's it. That's about all the precip I see over the next 8 days. So cold, cold, cold. Next 24 to 36 hours, then we warm. A little rain comes in Thursday night. Weekend looks good.
Good.
Upper 50s Saturday, maybe upper 60s Sunday. No rain for the weekend.
All right, well, that's good to hear. Thank you for the update, Jim,
Yep.
and thank you all for joining us this morning. Hope you all have a wonderful Monday. Just bundle up, stay warm out there because it is frigid.
Not fun out the
yeah.
door.
All right, have a great one.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.